Hello again, I am Blunty and I'm here to give you an idea whether or not Deadpool, the video game, is actually worth splashing your cash on. And in short, does Deadpool suck?
Deadpool, branded as both hero and villain. Deadpool was once a badass mercenary named Wade Wilson. After being recruited into the Weapon X program, Wade was subjected to experiments that gave him awesome regenerative powers and drove him batshit crazy. Today, the merc with a mouth travels the globe in search of fortune and chimichangas.
And that's all you really need to know about Deadpool. He's batshit crazy, he's got the healing power of Wolverine, but lacking Logan's claws. He's all about the knives, and the swords, and the guns, and the hammers, and anything else loud, heavy, or sharp, and preferably absurd. Oh, and he hears voices in his head, and he has a sense of humour like a sociopathic 15-year-old with ADD.
Psylocke? Domino.
Boner? Engaged?
What are you ex-babes doing here?
We'd probably know if we'd read the original script.
Deadpool, you need to listen to me. Mr. Sinister has taken over Chance
Hard
White's
to
settlement.
believe we used to date.
So, if you're not a fan of dick jokes, literal toilet humour, and, well, to be honest, enough misogynistic crap to make blood shoot right out of the ears of any feminist within earshot, then Deadpool is not a character you should be exposing yourself to in either his comics or this, his first video game.
Meet my personal guard. He's bigger than you, badder than you, and he's purpose-built to eat little shit like you for breakfast.
Eat shit for breakfast?
Oh, Daddy.
Look at the size of that thing. That's what she said. I wonder if we can even carry that gun.
Only one way to find out.
Deadpool is not sophisticated or subtle, and neither is his game, but he is cripplingly funny, and so is his game.
Oh man, zoom in on Tubbo up there. Stop dropping my camera, player. That thing was expensive. Now get up.
On the face of it, this game is a fairly average third-person brawler, incorporating all the usual stuff like hand-to-hand combat and melee weapons all the way through to ranged stuff, mostly various guns. The mechanics of both the general game design and control are very much the same as you'll find in any number of other similar games, and as such it's very quick and easy to learn and pick up and play, and by and large it plays well enough. Except there are sometimes some rather annoying issues with the in-game camera, and more than once things got all chuggy and frame skippy on me.
Oh joy! Bullets!
If I'm being kind, I'd call it a familiar and comfortable feeling gameplay experience. If I'm being a bit more brutally honest, I'd call it formulaic, predictable, and uninspired.
Suck it, gravity!
In fact, if you removed Deadpool and his fellow Marvel superheroic villains and heroes and mutants from this game and switched them out for some generic, designed by committee video game hero man, this game might not even be worth playing. But doing that would be missing the entire point. The gameplay itself isn't the reason people will buy and play this game, strange as it may sound. Deadpool is.
Cable? Hey, man out of time. What are you doing here?
We haven't seen him since our run in the comics together.
Oh, I love reunions.
Wade, I need you to listen closely. I've time-traveled from the future to bring you a dire warning about...
Oh god, here he goes again. He's not here 10 seconds before he starts boring us with his dire warning from the future crap.
Sinister has knocked out the X-Men by broadcasting...
We may want to pay attention. This could explain a critical plot point.
The survival of Earth entirely depends on... which all hinges on you, Wade. Now here's the critical part.
It's so boring.
How does that work? Where does that expression come from? It doesn't make any sense.
Make it stop.
It doesn't make sense. Life doesn't make sense. You know, Wade.
Damn it, Wade!
Oh, man! Man, did that hurt. So, we give Cable the slip?
Looks like he left a note.
What does it say?
This game's entertainment value relies entirely on its Deadpool-based humour, the self-aware deconstruction of both the universe of comics, their characters, and of course, video games themselves. You can fire objectives like bullet spray at this game. Wacky, silly, outrageous, absurd, ridiculous, hilarious, insane. This game is, as portrayed in a very thin metaphor within itself, like using every last kilogram of high explosive you can get your hands on to blow open the doors to blood-soaked mayhemic fun, when 4 ounces would have done just fine.
How much C4 is this gonna take?
It's no more than 20 ounces.
What? Oh, I hate the metric system. How much in American?
Let's see, you carry the 7...
Dude, fuck math. Just use all of it. Oh, yeah! That was awesome!
Told you, 20 ounces. That was pretty sweet, though.
How's that?
The whole game oscillates between farcically droll and brutally slapstick like Spider-Man swings between Manhattan skyscrapers, but it is never serious, never anything but clobberingly, brutally, gut-bustingly self-aware. And it is the only game in quite some years that has been so cripplingly funny that I had to pause while the tears of laughter cleared from my eyes and the uncontrolled convolutions of fits and giggles subsided. Then there is the brief moment of shame for finding such immaturity so hilarious, but that passes quickly enough.
Ooh, new Syspop videos. Favorite! How do I update my status to erect? Another friend request from Ryan? Doesn't this guy ever get the hint? How do I update my status to bored shitless?
The game is filled to the brim with jokes, jabs and one-liners, and superb voice acting from the whole cast, including Nolan North, of course, who plays the title role. And even that fact isn't immune from the game's unblinking self-awareness.
Nolan! Hey, what's up, buddy? We're making a game about me. We gotta have you do the VO. I mean, see, here's the thing. People tell me we sound alike.
That sounds awesome, Deadpool. Listen, I had a different take on it. Maybe we just make you, maybe it's an alternative type of Deadpool. It's somebody that's like, forget the boobs, let's just go for pecs. Pecs and biceps. Forget girls.
Yeah, well, fuck you, Nolan.
There's a simple weapon and skill tree upgrade path, upgrades paid for by collecting Deadpool points by dispatching foes, but while swapping out swords for sledgehammers and the like seems like it might change up the combat a bit, the fact is it makes little real difference outside of the damage delivered per blow. The 8-mission campaign will take about 6 to 10 hours or so for the average gamer out there, but after about 3 hours it all starts feeling rather repetitive and lazy at points. There's lots of repeated foes, including recycling of bosses which gain no new tricks outside of there's simply more of them in the arena at once.
Holy shit! Someone could get hurt on this thing.
I don't think Deadpool will offer much in the way of replay value, because the game is quite linear, and once you've heard all the jokes, all the one-liners, and seen all the sight gags, it will lose its most charming and fun aspect, that of the wildly unexpected, zigzagging, absurdist comedy. And once all that is gone, the game that you're left with is fairly generic. And for a game that makes fun of other video games, there's a surprising lack of things like wacky alternative costumes, or secret levels, or chase collectibles, and all that kind of stuff. And early on in the game, there's a whole stage that mocks the limitations that a game's budget may put on the end result. And while it's funny at the time, it quickly hits home a little too close, because it really does seem like a little more money could have been spent to let the designers spend a little more time actually fleshing out this game beyond the rather rudimentary and standardized bones it's draped over.
Boop, bop, beep.
Hello?
Peter! Hey, I was just running around my game, and all of a sudden I noticed that some shit was fucked up. What's up with that?
I warned you about the budget, Deadpool. You literally blew all the money.
Budget? What the hell, man?
Yes, you do realize all games have budget.
Peter, sweetheart, Bubula, let me remind you that my website got 15 million hits the weekend we announced. 1,000,001? 1,000,002? Cough it up.
Final verdict. It's wildly entertaining for the writing and the gags and the performances and all that kind of stuff, but that is not enough to save it from being just a decent but overall mediocre gameplay experience. I wouldn't recommend paying full price for this game, but absolutely give it a go for its pure shits and giggles once it's had a price drop or two. Thanks for watching. I am Blunty, and I will catch you next time.
Well, it's not like we get a do-over on this one. The hell we don't! Now that's what I'm talking about! Peter, my man, you see all that? Buttload of awesomeness.
Deadpool, you idiot! Do you know how much money all those explosions and tacky graphics just cost me? You can't just change whatever you want, whenever you want.
Yeah, that's great, Peter. Talk to my dick. Hey, where are you a-holes going with my contract?